It starts with a feeling, doesn't it? A quiet hum of dissatisfaction beneath the surface of daily life. You follow the script, go to school, get a good job, work hard, maybe buy a house, a car, accumulate things. We're told this is the path to happiness, to security, and for a long time, I believed it, like most of us do. I chased the promotions, the pay raises, the next shiny object, but the hum persisted. It was like no matter how much I achieved or acquired, the goalposts just kept moving. Then, I stumbled upon this concept. Financial independence. At first, it just sounded like a way to retire early, to escape the grind. The idea is simple enough. You save and invest enough money so that the returns from your investments can cover your living expenses. You're no longer reliant on a paycheck to survive. Sounds good, right? Less stress, more freedom. That's what I initially thought. It was a personal goal, a way to improve my life. But as I delved deeper, as I started to change my habits, spending less, saving more, thinking critically about what I truly needed versus what I was told I wanted, something else began to crystallize. It wasn't just about my freedom, it was bigger than that. I started to see the standard narrative, that life script we're all handed, in a different light. I realized that this path, the one that keeps us working for decades, constantly consuming, often in debt, isn't just a natural way of life, it's a meticulously constructed system, and this system thrives on our continuous participation, our continuous need. Think about it. Who benefits most when you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, year after year? Corporations. For one, they get your labor, your best waking hours. Who benefits when you take out a large mortgage, a car loan, rack up credit card debt? Financial institutions, primarily. Who benefits when you constantly upgrade your phone, your car, your wardrobe, chasing the latest trends? The entire consumer goods industry, the economy, we're told, needs us to keep spending. This isn't some grand conspiracy theory, it's just how the economic engine is currently designed. It relies on a steady churn of employment, credit, and consumption, and our individual pursuit of financial independence. Particularly, the early part starts to look like a quiet act of defiance against this design. When you actively work to reduce your dependence on a paycheck, when you sidestep the allure of constant credit, when you choose not to consume just for the sake of it, you're essentially opting out of key parts of that engine. This is where the idea the system fears, your contentment, really hit me. Contentment, in this context, isn't about laziness or lack of ambition. It's about reaching a point where you have enough. And enough is a radical concept in a society built on more. When you're content, you stop chasing external validation through purchases. You stop needing the next bigger, better thing to feel good. Your desire for manufactured wants diminishes. Consider advertising. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry dedicated to making you feel like you're lacking something, that your life will be better. You'll be happier, more attractive, more successful if you just buy this product. It's engineered to create a sense of dissatisfaction with what you currently have. If a significant number of people became genuinely content with what they have, prioritizing experiences over possessions, or simply needing less, the entire advertising model would suffer, and by extension, a huge chunk of the consumer economy would falter. This isn't to say all consumption is bad, but the compulsive, driven consumption is the system's lifeblood. How can you apply this to your life? Start by questioning your purchases. Before you buy something, especially a non-essential item, ask yourself, why do I want this? Is it a genuine need? Or is it a want manufactured by external pressure? Will this truly add lasting value to my life? Or is it a fleeting dopamine hit? This simple act of questioning can be incredibly powerful. You might find you start saying no more often, not out of deprivation, but out of a newfound clarity about what truly matters to you. This is the beginning of cultivating contentment. Then there's the idea of autosufficiency, which often goes hand in hand with the pursuit of financial independence. This means becoming more capable of doing things for yourself. Instead of always paying someone else, learning to cook well instead of constantly eating out or ordering takeout. Learning basic home repairs instead of calling a handyman for every little thing. Growing some of your own food, perhaps. These aren't just about saving money. Though they do that, they are about reducing your dependence on the commercial system for your basic needs. Every skill you learn, every item you repair or create yourself, is one less transaction. The system profits from one less point of leverage it has over you. A practical step here could be to pick one skill this month you've always outsourced. Maybe it's learning to change your own oil, bake your own bread, or mend your clothes. The internet is full of tutorials. The feeling of accomplishment, of self-reliance, is a reward in itself, but it also subtly rewires your brain to see yourself as a producer, not just a consumer. And this brings us to the concept of not. When you're consciously frugal, when you're more self-sufficient, you're already selectively not participating. You're not taking on unnecessary debt. You're not buying into every trend. You're not automatically upgrading just because a new model is out. This isn't about becoming a hermit. It's about making conscious choices, by withdrawing your active, unquestioning participation from the cycles of debt and hyperconsumption. You starve those parts of the system that rely on it. Imagine if your default response to a problem wasn't "what can I buy to fix this?" but "what can I do to fix this?" Or "do I even need to fix this? Or can I live with it?" Without it, this shift in mindset reduces your financial footprint and, by extension, your entanglement with the mechanisms designed to keep you spending. So, why would the system, this abstract collection of corporations, financial institutions, and societal norms, fear your contentment? Because a content populace is a less controllable populace, at least economically. If you don't need the next pay raise to service more debt for things you don't truly need, you have more power in your employment. You might demand better conditions or choose work that is more meaningful, even if it pays less. If you're not swayed by every marketing campaign, you're a less predictable consumer. Your economic behavior becomes harder to direct. The system, as it's currently configured, needs a degree of anxiety, of striving, of perceived lack to keep people on the treadmill. Contentment is the ultimate wrench in those gears. It's a quiet, personal revolution that, if adopted by enough people, could fundamentally alter the economic landscape. It's not about overthrowing anything in a traditional sense. It's about individuals reclaiming their autonomy, their time, and their definition of a good life. One considered purchase, one learned skill, one moment of gratitude for what they already have, at a time. This isn't an attack on capitalism itself, but rather a critique of its current iteration, which often prioritizes profit over well-being and infinite growth on a finite planet. The pursuit of financial independence, driven by a desire for genuine contentment, offers a different path. It suggests that true wealth isn't just about accumulating money, but about accumulating freedom, time, and peace of mind. And that, it turns out, is a profoundly subversive idea. The system doesn't fear your anger or your protests as much as it fears your indifference to its offerings. Your quiet satisfaction with enough, because when you're truly content, you're no longer its captive, you're free. So, how do we actually cultivate this contentment in our daily lives? It's not about drastic deprivation, but small, consistent shifts in perspective and habit. Think about your mornings. Instead of immediately reaching for your phone, exposing yourself to ads and curated lives, maybe take 5 minutes, just to breathe, to appreciate the quiet, or a cup of coffee. This small act reclaims your mental space. Before you buy something non-essential, pause. Ask yourself, will this genuinely improve my life long term, or is it a fleeting want? Often, simply delaying a purchase for a day or two makes the urge disappear. That's you taking back control from impulsive, marketed desires, saving money, and reducing clutter. Consider learning one small new skill each month. Maybe it's cooking a new dish from scratch, mending a piece of clothing, or a basic home repair you'd normally pay for. These acts builds. Each time you fix or make something, you're less dependent on the cycle of earning to spend on services or new items. The benefit is empowerment. Look at your digital consumption. Unsubscribe from marketing emails that tempt you. Curate your social media to inspire, not to make you feel inadequate or envious. This reduces the noise. You're actively choosing what influences you, rather than passively accepting the system's attempts to create new needs. The benefit is a calmer mind, less focused on lack. Even something as simple as appreciating what you already have. Daily, a moment of gratitude for your health, your relationships, a comfortable home, however modest. This shifts your focus. It moves from what's missing to what's present. This internal abundance naturally lessens the frantic chase for external validation through possessions. The benefit is genuine peace. These aren't grand gestures, but they accumulate. Each conscious decision to value your time over a trivial purchase, to learn rather than just consume, strengthens your independence. You're not just opting out, you're actively building a life less reliant on the system's terms. It's about finding joy and sufficiency in simpler, more meaningful ways. This journey toward contentment and financial freedom is personal, but its implications are. It's a quiet way to reclaim your power. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. If you're curious to learn a bit more or find some resources that might help you on your own path, feel free to check out the description below.